How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build that positive mindset. My name is Henry, and I'm so thankful to have each and every one of you here today because in this episode, I'm going to help you understand why you feel the way you do. If you feel a calling to be something, if you have a dream, a vision to shift into something different, and you want that positive life, this is going to be the episode for you because we're going to break down why that is and how to act on it. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one's about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive state. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. Well, before we get started, if there's something that resonates with you in this episode, if you're on Spotify or YouTube, you can actually leave a comment below. Not only does that help me know what you take away from the episode, but somebody else might read your comment and might inspire them to give this episode a shot. I want to make this the #1 mindset podcast in the world, and the best way to do that would be together. So whether you leave a comment or share it with somebody, it means the absolute world to me, and I could never thank you enough. But let's dive into today's episode. So I actually wrote down what I wanted to talk about here. Normally I have it memorized, but these lines I need to look at as I say them. So I want to make sure I'm looking at them because they just came to me when I was talking to somebody and it just felt so powerful. Something that I hope will motivate you. And so the first one is this. It's not your dream, it's your calling. You see, this dream, we think it's ours, but it's not. This world, this experience is supposed to be something special. Things are supposed to be created. Experiences are meant to be had. So this vision, this dream that you think is yours, it is yours in a sense that you're the one having it, but it's coming from your higher self. It's coming from God. It's coming from the universe. Your dream, a positive one, a loving one, an experience matters. But remember, it's your calling. It's calling you to it. You're not visioning it in front of you. It is showing up to pull you towards it. When you take that perspective, it should fill you with purpose, which is the next one. The desire, which I'm looking at this one right here, it's not your desire, it's your purpose. So this dream is not a desire, it's a calling and it's your purpose. You see, that's what gives you meaning. Again, your dream is not a desire, your desire is not your dream, your calling is your purpose. So what it is that you're being called to do is your purpose in life. If you're being called to be the rising tide, which I believe you are if you're tuning in, meaning your energy is meant to be uplifted so you could uplift others, that's a purpose. That's a purpose worth living. That's a purpose worth dying for. If you're not living, you're dying. So you're here now, it's time to live. It doesn't mean you have to create a podcast and become a speaker or something like that like I'm doing. Your vision, your calling is yours. So listen to it. Who is it telling you to be? What is it telling you to create? How is it telling you to experience life? It's in there. Stop blocking out. Stop people pleasing. Stop solving what everyone else is struggling with. And be the best you, no matter what the consequence is to others. It may seem selfish, but it's not selfish if you're serving your calling. Because if you're serving your calling, you're fulfilling your purpose. Your purpose is not to be somebody's best friend. Your purpose is not to be somebody's specific spouse or business partner or whatever. Those are things you can do. It's not what you have to do. Those are things you can be. It's not what you're meant to be. If your calling and purpose leads you with people and you unite, that's great. That's lovely and that's amazing. And I hope that for you. But if your calling and purpose tell you to rise up, tell you to stop certain habits, tell you to stop certain thinking patterns, tell you to find certain things, then certain people may not align, no matter how much you love them. Certain jobs or experiences or places to live may not align, no matter how much you love them. So do you want purpose? You have it. If you want a calling, you have it. Listen to your dreams. Listen to your desires. They mean more. I think we call them dreams and desires to confuse us. When you say, oh, that's a dream, that sounds like it's selfish to chase a dream. If you say, oh, that's a desire, that sounds like it's self-serving to chase a desire. But if it's your calling and your purpose, nothing is bigger than that. That's why you came here on earth. Somebody can break somebody's dream, but they can't break somebody's calling. Somebody can distract somebody from a desire or confuse them with desires, but they can't break a purpose. So let's connect to those things. That's how we create a positive world. That's how we change the world. That's how we create the experience that we are meant to have. It is bigger than me. It is bigger than you to become what you're meant to be. It means letting go of self. Letting go of the ego, the things that I want to do. I don't want to do all these things. I don't want to be a public speaker. But the calling and the vision are bringing me there. The purpose is bringing me there. So what it is that you may not want to do still might be in alignment with your calling, meaning you're going to have to do it anyway. But when you do, when you step into that flow state, there's nothing more fulfilling. There's nothing more powerful than operating with source, listening to the guidance system, listening to your purpose, feeling that river of energy. There's nothing more powerful than that. If you're tired, if you're exhausted, if you don't want to do what it is that have to do, that means you're out of alignment. You see, I may not want to do the thing. I may be tired. I may have all those things, but they don't affect me. But if they're affecting you, then you're probably out of alignment. I can't wait to do it anyway. I can't wait to do it tired. I can't wait to do the podcast when I'm sick. You know why? Because it shows you that you can do it anyway. That there are levels to what you want to be and you can rise up. That's the point. So find your purpose. Find your calling. It's there. Listen. Listen to yourself. If you're feeling that uneasiness, that anxiety, that stress, that lost feeling, that means you're going the wrong direction. It's time to reflect. It's time to heal. It's time to grow. It's time to rise up. It's all happening for you. You don't have a dream. You have a calling. You don't have desires. You have purpose. Don't confuse them. Desires are self. Purpose is selfless. Dreams are self. A calling is selfless, meaning you will lose yourself to complete the calling. You will lose yourself to fulfill the purpose. Find it. That's why we're united. That's why you're listening. That's why you're part of this. This is not just some random message that you tuned into. You were meant to hear this just as I was meant to hear it so I could share it. We're on the same wavelength. I think you know it. When you listen deep down, I think you know that we're on the same path. The thousands of people that are tuned in right now, we're growing, we're healing, we're expanding, and we're becoming the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a different perspective on what it is you're feeling and who it is that you can be. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook group all down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you listen to this episode and you're ready to level up, I have two options. I have my one-on-one mindset coaching. That's where you and I connect. We find the blocks, we find the opportunity, we find that purpose, we find that calling, so you can align with it and create that positive experience. I do have some spots available right now, so I did have some things open up, but I also have this group that I'm really excited about. It's called Freedom Fundamentals. It's partnered with one of my good friends and business partners, Eric McAvoy. He handles the real estate portion. I handle the mindset portion. This is for somebody that wants to expand in health, wealth, and happiness. Maybe not ready for the one-on-one coaching, but looking for a group setting where you can learn about real estate. You can learn about making some money on your own. And then of course, keep that mindset alignment and expansion and becoming this version of you that is abundant. If you want more information on either of those, the best place to message me would be on Instagram, and I will get back to you right away. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.